Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from the Bias Clinic and Bias Yoga, and today in our quick and easy series on burn we're going to be looking at the upper arm, so getting a burn to tone the upper arm and particularly what we call our bingo wings. We're going to do some sitting, some standing, some on the floor, and you'll need some kind of a weight, whether it's a bottle of water, a weight or a can of beans. Join me in a minute. Starting with a warm-up, just to feel the arms and feel the movements. With the elbows bent, we're going to lift up to the side, feel as though you're pushing against something. Take the arms behind you, bring them forwards and take them back like chicken wings going behind you. All of the upper arm muscles are related to the shoulders and the upper back as well. And a few circles. You can paddle forwards, paddle backwards like you're rowing. Get that movement going in the arms. One way and then the other. If you're standing, use the core to keep you there. And open the arms out to the side, backwards, side, forwards. Just warm them all up. And a few more circles before we get to the real stuff with the weight. Using a weight that's comfortable for you, or you can use a can of beans or a can of tomatoes. We just want a little bit of weight to work against. So we can do both arms or one at a time, pushing up and resisting down. So imagine if we had a bar, we're going to pull it down and we're working those back of the arms. So starting with your hands above, pulling down, so you're resisting. We're working lots of muscles at the same time. Pulling down, using the upper back, using the upper arms. You can bring the elbows closer in together. Keep that movement, keep your core so that you are supported in your spine. Gradually, slowly, same movement, bringing the arms a little in and a little further out. You may feel them start to burn. It's not a pain, it's the muscle working. As soon as it gets to pain or ache too much, that's time to stop. Bring the arms down and shake them about a bit. Bring the arms up to the side. You can do it with no weight at all. We're going to lift up and resist down. Lift up and resist down. So we're going slowly, mindfully, working to be even, although it's not going to be even because we've got two different sides, each with a weight. Taking the arms a little back, down. You might feel it start to burn in the upper arm. Make sure that when you go down, you feel like you're resisting, like you're pulling something down. In fact, if you have a pulley, it's a really good thing to do for this. Bring it down and up. Resisting down, resisting up. Bringing the arms, elbows forwards. We're keeping a good posture and we're slightly changing the angle. So we're getting many different muscle fibers working. You can go higher up. Bring the arms up and down in an arc. If you have shoulder issues, be careful that you don't take the joint in a range that isn't comfortable. Bringing the arms parallel to the floor, we're going to bring the hands up in an arc over your head. Lifting up, we're keeping the shoulder blades down, so we're bracing with the upper back and the shoulder blades, and I'm slightly changing the angle. It's like I'm drawing a semicircle above my head and coming forwards a little and backwards a little. If you lose control, you've gone too far or your weight is too heavy. So make sure you're within your limits, and you should feel all of those upper arms working nicely. Bring the weights down, let the weight just stretch through your arms. Have a little wiggle of your shoulders, wiggle of your bottom, and let the weight ease through those muscles. Give them a little rest. We can also do that with one arm and allow the other one to hang down. And just focus on one arm at a time, and it's a little easier on the core as well. You can even come far forwards as long as you're keeping a good alignment in your spine, keeping the core. The weight on the other side is giving a little bit of counterbalance, and we want to get that muscle working so it starts to feel just a little tired. And out to the side again and bring it down. Let this one hang down and bring the other arm up. So we're not just lifting the arm up and down, we're keeping a resistance as though we're pushing against something. It's almost like working in heavy treacle. So put a little bit of resistance, bring the elbow forwards, keep the spine in a good alignment. We're working into the upper back, into the shoulders, keeping them nice and strong to support working in the upper arm. Part of the upper arm is moved by the muscles in the upper back. And coming round in an arc and back to the side and down and let it hang out. Have a little wiggle, shake it about, let the arms hang down, neck in neutral. Take a deep breath. I'm going to take the arm back, so keeping the elbow going straight behind you, lift up and behind. Lift up and behind. We can do one at a time, one and then the other, alternating, or we can do both together. A different feel when you do both together. It's a little more controlled, doing one at a time, keeping that angle so the elbow goes straight back. It's almost like making an arc with the hand. Lifting up and back, keeping that shoulder nice and relaxed. The other arm being a counterweight. And change over. Making it a bit like wheels of an engine, going half a turn. And the elbows going back, core is strong. Working in those arms. And we can do one and the other. One and the other. We can make that circle going backwards like the wheels of a train. And we can make it going forwards. Little twist in the spine to get the movement. We don't want to be rigid, we do want to be strong. And then relax them down, have a little shake, let the arms lengthen. Lifting the arms up in front and bending them, we're going to open out. So we're working across the top of the chest and the top of the back into the upper arms. See if you can keep those elbows level with the floor. Upper arms pretty much level with the floor. Keep the core working. Pushing away, resisting as you come back. Pushing away, resisting. Pushing away, resisting. And one more. Straighten them down. Have a little wiggle. And let the arms relax down with the weight. Making more circular movements. Like a wheel in a different angle. So we're going a little bit across the body. Up and back. Up and back. So from the side, up and back, up and back, up and back. And from this side, and the elbow will come out to the side on this one. We can do one and then the other because it's following the angle like a diagonal line across the body, giving that crossways movement. Lifting up and over, and we can do that coming forwards as well. Slightly different movement, it's a bit like swimming as well. Back up and over, back up and over, and relax the arms down, have a little wiggle, and let the arms hang and let the tension from the workout just release through the hands and through the weights. Just with one arm, bring the arm up, bring the elbow a little higher than parallel to the floor, and bring the hand behind the elbow. And we're going to push forwards and resist back. Push forwards, resist back, and that big triceps muscle at the back should be working nicely there. So you want to resist it going back, resist going forwards, so there's control. And we're just using the hand to support it. If you want to go a bit further, you can bring the elbow higher up, make sure that your joint is fine, and keep the core. Keep breathing, keep that movement. You can feel if you put your hand on the back of the arm, you can feel that tricep working. This will start to burn the bat wings. It's important to keep a good alignment. And if you can go further, you can take the arm higher up. And when you go higher up, it's a different angle on the weight, different pressure on the weight from gravity. So just make sure that your weight is the right for you. and bringing it down. On the other side, bend the elbow, bring it a little higher than parallel to the floor, support it. Go back with resistance. You're pushing against something to go back, pushing to go forwards. Strong legs, strong core. Keep your breath. If you want to go a little higher, bring the arm up. And again, you should feel that muscle underneath your hands. Make sure your neck's in a good alignment, and you will notice that one side is generally easier than the other. So if you can go further, bring the arm up again and stay within your limits. It's about keeping the control and keeping the burn. And then straighten it, bring it down, let it relax out. If you're flexible enough to go all the way with that one, we're going to bring the weight behind you and the elbow up near your ear. You can spot it as well. And push up and down. This time the arm is going a little out to the side. You can support it with the hand at the front, or you can just have the hand on your waist, feeling that resistance as you push up, resistance as you come down. And we're working in that tricep, getting a good alignment through the spine, strong legs, core working. We're avoiding strain, and we're putting the effort into that muscle. It will also work through the shoulder blade and down the sides in the anterior serratus, because that's a related movement. And it should be starting to burn, and then straighten the arm, bring it down, let it release. Shake it out a little, just hang there for a second. On the other side, bring the arm up, elbow next to the ear, take the hand behind you. You can use your hand if you want to, and straighten and relax. Push up and relax. You can put the hand on the hip, or you can hold onto the upper arm, or you can support on the elbow. Just find what feels safe for you. And we're resisting up, resisting down, resisting up, resisting down. We all tend to be a little stronger on our dominant side. That's the hand we write with. If we write with the one we're meant to write with and not the one we were forced to write with, then that's generally stronger because we do more things with it. So feeling the burn in that tricep, resisting up, resisting down, resisting up, resisting down, resisting up, and then bring it down. Let it hang, shake it out a little, let the weight stretch through that muscle. Coming down on the floor, or you can do it sitting in a chair, we're going to use the body weight against the legs. So bring the arms onto your knees forwards, tuck the elbows in and lean forwards and push away. So the same resistance down and resistance up, but instead of a weight, we're using the hands on the body. And resist down, resist up, resist down, resist up. Tucking the elbows in, resist down, resist up. We're using the core and we're keeping a nice straight spine, tucking the elbows in. So we're working those triceps, working a lot of the upper arm as we go down and come up, down and come up. To change the angle, turn the fingers in, go to a place that's comfortable for you. You might feel more comfortable closer to the body or further away, fingers in and elbows out to the side. It's like a very modified press up. Push down, resist, push the arms down, come up, resist down. So we're working all the way through the arms, but the focus is on the upper arms into the upper back. So you can go a little faster if that works for you. Find the pace that feels good for you. You want to have control. We always want to keep the body in a good alignment when we're doing an exercise, so we don't create an issue in a different part of the body. And feel that burn in the upper arms. If it's uncomfortable on your wrists, you can change the hands and just have the elbows out. And feel that burn in the upper arms. We can do a similar movement on one side with a little bounce, so tucking the legs under, push the floor away, keeping the elbow going backwards in line with the hand, and working all through the upper arms. bringing it closer or further away, and find what feels good for you. It's a working, so it's a resistant. We're really being conscious of going down, coming up. We're not just bouncing up and down. We use that resistance. Put your focus in where you're working. And again, we can turn the elbow, change the angle, and find where you work a different part of the arm. So just taking the hand around in a bit of an arc, doing that same movement, slight difference with the elbow. And you should feel that starting to give a nice burn in the upper arm. And on the other side, find the distance from the body. Keep the hand so that your spine is in a good alignment. You can come closer, feel where it works in the upper arm for you. And pushing away, resisting back, giving a little lilt. And you can bring the hand forwards a little, going in an arc. You can change the angle of the hand. Just feel your hand and your wrist need to feel comfortable. And you can go around in a little bit of an arc to get a different angle, working on that upper arm. We're working, pushing away, resisting against the floor with the hand and bringing the focus into that upper arm and keeping the spine and the neck in a good alignment. On all fours, butt above the knees, hands under the shoulders, and we can tuck the elbows in and go forwards. So we're doing a little bit of a modified press up. Keep the core working so your back's straight, and the focus is on the upper arm. So pushing the floor away, resisting as we come down. So we're pushing the floor away whether we're going down or up. That's our resistance, is the hands against the floor. Keep the neck in neutral. Keep the elbows bending, keep the spine straight. And keep the hands forwards on this one. Feel that working in the upper arms. It'll work the front and the back of the arms and all around the sides. And then we can come back and sit in pose of a child. So take the bottom back, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the arms and the armpits. Let the head relax down. And just breathe and get some recovery in those upper arm muscles. Taking the hands behind for triceps dips. Again, keeping the back straight. You can bring the hands a little wider if that's more comfortable on your shoulders. Aiming to keep the elbows in line with the wrists. Pushing away, resisting as you come back. So feel the work in the upper arms. Use the core, keep your back in a good alignment, keep your neck in a good alignment. And you're also going to be working your wrists and lots of other things. Now our focus is on the upper arm. Feel the burn in those muscles. You can take the hands a little further back for a different action, or you can bring them closer. Just feel what works for you. It's all a slightly different action. And keep the breath. A little stretch to cool down. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down and then bring them forwards. Shake the arms out. We're going to take the arm across the body, take the other hand on the upper arm and stretch it across. So stretching is passive, so just use this arm with action to help and stretch all the way through the upper arm. And breathe there. And we can take a slightly different angle, so bring it higher up as long as it's comfortable. Breathe into it and a little higher up again. And on the other side, bring it at the straight line parallel to the floor. Stretch the arm across, feel that nice stretch through the upper arm. Breathe into it, and the arm being stretched is relaxing. The other arm is doing the work. Bring it up a little higher. Breathe into it and a little higher again. Reach the arm up and take it behind your head. If you can take the other arm over, grab the elbow, or you can take it from the front and pull that elbow down so we're stretching through that trapezius, and the other hand is going back and down behind. Breathe into it, keeping the shoulders down. And the other side, reach up, take the hand behind the back, Bring the arm over or in the front to press on the elbow, stretching through that tricep. A few deep breaths and release. Interlink the hands behind you, reach back and down. Roll the shoulders back and down. You might get a few creaks. Reach away. If you want to stretch the arms up behind you, you'll get a little bit more stretch in the front of the arms. Just find the level that works for you. Interlink the hands in front of you, reach them forwards. It's like we're grabbing around a nice big ball, stretching all the way across the upper back, through the upper arms. And if you lift the arms up a little bit or down a little bit, you get a slightly different stretch. That's a variety of quick and easy, simple exercises to help work the upper arms and work those bat wings, keeping the shoulders down. And the good alignment in the arms is really important as well. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, write in the comments below, and go across to my other channels. I have Instagram, Lynn Bridgeford. I have Facebook channels for the clinic, for the yoga, and interact with me on all the channels, and I would be happy to connect with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much.